Hey, good morning, Team Peanut. How y'all doing today? Hopefully this will hit your mailbox before noon. Uh, Been a crazy morning so far, but it's great. It's great that we can be busy right now, isn't it? I just wanted to follow up on this whole theme of character and how adversity reveals our character. And again, I just want to thank all of you who responded or who have responded to me via email, video, text, with some of your thoughts on character and character traits that you admire. It's been so much appreciated. And I just want to follow up on kind of another theme that came through from a number of you this past week. I'll start with, Greg Kerner. You sent me an awesome note and talked about some of the character traits you admire. And the one that really came out was self-sacrifice and how, especially during adverse times, the people that can sacrifice themselves. What a wonderful character trait that is. Jessica Johnson, you talked about your son. Use your son as an example. And again, sometimes we can learn the most from children, right? And how just his compassion, how that's a trait you admire. And Matt Ward, you talked about your parents, and lucky enough to know your mom and dad, and I know what wonderful people they are. And he talked of one of the things that, like your mom, told a story about how when you were a kid you were super excited because she bought a ping pong table, but she didn't bring that ping pong table home. She brought it to the church for the youth group to use, and how that made such an impact on you, how she just had this giving spirit. And then Kevin Creer, you talked about your dad, kind of like I did, and they probably were cut from the same cloth. And you mentioned how you grew up on a farm, and that farm crisis, early 80s, how difficult it was. And even when it was terrible times and really adverse situations, your dad still was so generous with his time and his talents and his treasures. And that's what I want to talk about today. I think these things kind of all wrap up into that spirit of generosity, which, when you think about it, it's pretty unreasonable to be generous during adverse times. What's most of the world doing right now? They're hoarding, thinking about themselves. And whether it's toilet paper or ammunition now is one of the big ones that people are buying up and hoarding, but there's a lot of hoarding going on. And the opposite of that is to be generous, which again is unreasonable. So I think that's a great thing. It's a great character trait that can be revealed during adverse times. And it's a lesson for me, because I'm really thinking right now, and I want to challenge myself, and hopefully you'll challenge yourselves, is how can I have a greater spirit of generosity during these times? How can I be a help to someone else? Because we all know the world needs it right now. People need help. It's tough out there for a lot of people. So how can we be more generous and be more unreasonable in our generosity? So have a great weekend. Get your TikTok videos in. We need more people to participate this week than last. I'll try to get mine out to you here sometime this week, and I'll be the first one to make a fool out of myself. Okay, so let's get those babies in. Have a great weekend. Thank you for all you do. Take care. Bye now.